Mike, it seemed like just a lot less intensity and energy to start this one. Like, what do you think was missing tonight that you guys had so well in the first two games?
We were just flat for whatever reason. I think we were excited. We were overly excited to play. I hadn't been home in 2 weeks and wanted to get out there, and just one of those games. They came out. We knew they were going to be the desperate team, and they played like it. All their players got into a great rhythm early. We got into some foul trouble with guys and made it tough on us and tough on our rotations, and they applied a lot of pressure on us in the offensive end, and we were not helping ourselves out. At the rim, we weren't finishing things. We weren't knocking down shots like we normally do, which allowed them to kind of build up their runs a little bit. But energy-wise, I think we'll be much better on Sunday. But a lot of game plan mistakes tonight too.
Was the game plan mistake? Do you see it was the lack of focus or attention to detail, or what do you think kind of led to some of that?
I think it was a lot of different things, but it was, we were like a step slow. A little bit of confusion here and there on a couple, traps, if we should trap, if we shouldn't, if we should rotate or not. And they do a good job of getting that ball to Jokic in the mid post area, and then in the short roll area. And like I said, he puts a lot of stress on you when you don't know whether you should go help or get back out to shooters. And they did that a lot tonight and kind of put us in a tough spot.
Opposing offensive numbers can always look, healthier when your team struggles protecting the ball. Where did you see the kind of turnover battle hurting you guys today? And what's an adjustment you can make to make that better for Game 4?
We just got to be smarter. Smarter with our decisions, more decisive with what we're doing. And we got to work a little bit harder on that offensive end to create space for each other. I thought we were, with our lack of, movement and energy, towards the offensive side, we weren't cutting like we were. We weren't applying pressure to the paint like we were in the first two games. When we do that for each other, it makes the lanes a lot easier. It makes the reads a lot easier. So if we can do that as a whole, I think, turnovers will cut down and we'll get a lot easier looks.
Yeah, Mike, it seemed like in games 1 and 2, you guys forced a lot of switches and mismatches just with kind of random perimeter movements and relocations. Is that stuff schemed in, or did it just not naturally occur tonight?
Yeah, it was part of our game plan was just to play faster, play more, open, free, and you're not really hunting a matchup per se. You're just trying to move the ball, trying to get guys, going from side to side, and then get into pick and rolls, get into driving kicks, and like I said, all that stuff is what we've been working on all playoffs. And tonight, for whatever reason, we didn't have the same thrust to what we do. Didn't have the same spacing like we needed. So guys were driving into crowded areas and having to make tough decisions.
Mike, not trying to get you fined or anything, but with how the game was officiated tonight, does that change how the defensive intensity is going to be from you guys moving forward?
Honestly, it's game to game, and we have to do a better job of understanding how the game's going to be called for that particular night. The last game, it was physical. We can be physical. That favors us. Tonight, guys weren't allowed to be as physical as we were, last game. So we have to adjust our play for that, and that's what good teams do. And we don't blame the refs and think that was the reason why we lost this game. We know better than that, but we put it on us, and at the end of the day, I think we'll be better from it.
Mike, Ant just said in the locker room that he felt like he didn't have that energy going at the beginning of the game. He's mentioned that after a couple losses during the regular season. When you're out there as the point guard kind of feeling that vibe from him, what are you trying to do to get him going?
Trying to make it easy on him. He doesn't need to handle the ball every time. He doesn't need to have to initiate every time. And to ease some of that stress, we got to be aggressive on our end. Our guards need to now try to look to score, look to make plays, and try to get other guys involved as well without him having to do everything like he had been the first two games. And basically all playoffs, he's been giving us a lot on both ends of the floor. So, I could see that he was a little bit gassed, but I think that as we go forward, we just have to find better ways to allow him to rest here and there and reserve his energy so he can have more of an impact like he wants to have.
Jamal Murray obviously played better tonight. Did you feel like you guys enabled him to play better, or did he just make tough shots?
Jamal's Jamal. At the end of the day, he's not going to go 3 for 18 every game. Even in Denver, he missed some just wide open shots. That doesn't happen very often. And tonight he made those same shots, and we didn't help ourselves by giving him easier shots than the games before. He was getting in the paint, he was getting in the lane, getting layups, getting dunks, getting to his mid range and getting comfortable. And he's a tough cover when that happens. And we got to be better at that. Coming into the next game. And I'm sure we'll watch some film and try to figure out how to, better adjust to what he was doing tonight.
Mike, you being one of the leaders on this team, you've been through some playoff battles. What are you saying to your fellas going into Game 4 to kind of bounce back confidence-wise, just to let them know there's going to be a series?
Honestly, nothing different than I said the last 2 games. We knew this was going to be a series regardless. Even when we were up 2-0, we're not thinking that this is going to be over by any means. This is one of the best teams we'll ever play against. And, coming into, Game 4, it's all about how we adjust and to this adversity. It's our first real test of adversity during the playoffs. We haven't taken a loss and haven't taken a loss at home. So our guys are confident. Our guys will be ready. Ant's going to be ready. Cat's going to be ready. Like we're going to learn from this and move forward and be ready for Sunday.
Mike, kind of to go off of that a little bit, you guys did a really good job all year of not letting one loss turn into 2. And losses really snowball. What do you draw from that in the regular season that you can apply to now after suffering your first loss of this postseason? We've been good all year at taking. When we take an L, we learn from it. We adjust really quick. I think our guys take it personal and get angry and somehow flip a switch and say it's not going to happen again. Kind of attitude and that's what we need to have. We got to continue to be the urgent, desperate team that we've played like all year. Just because we've won a couple games in a row does not mean we have any room to relax or be comfortable. And our guys know that, and maybe a loss here and there will help even that out and get us back to that back against the wall mentality and not all the praise and things that have happened over the last 3 days that we're not accustomed to. So it's just a couple days now to lock in and get ready for Sunday.
Mike, you guys had a few minutes at the end of the game kind of on the bench with the starters. Do you guys start talking about Sunday at that point, or you kind of just keep it silent, and focus on the rest of the game until the buzzer hits?
We're talking about adjustments, things that they did differently, things that we did or we didn't do tonight, and a couple plays here and there that we might need to exploit a little bit more, a couple actions that we might need to use, a couple players we need to put in actions more. Stuff like that, when you're watching the game from the bench and trying to, dissect it all and grasp it all is, kind of all that's kind of going through your head at that time.
Mike, back to Ant quick. He did kind of put this loss on himself. Knowing him coming off of a night like this, what is the confidence level like that he returns to form on Sunday?
Man, he's going to be fine. He's as confident as anybody you meet, and he takes every loss personal. Whether he played good or bad tonight, I don't know, but he's going to take it personal and be ready to go Sunday. Our team will be, and this is a series, and we're going to have to fight for this one.